Namaskar and welcome to Parliament News. I'm Shubhendu Ghosh. First up, updates from Lok Sabha. Proceedings in Lok Sabha were hit again today due to opposition's protest over price rise and alleged misuse of probe agencies. But at last, the House resumed normal functioning. Later, in the absence of opposition parties, the Family Courts Amendment Bill 2022 was passed in the House after reply by the Law and Justice Minister Kiran Rijiju. The bill seeks to grant statutory cover to family courts set up in Himachal Pradesh and Nagaland and retrospectively validate all actions taken by them. It seeks to insert a provision in subsection 3 of the section 1 to provide for the establishment of family courts in Himachal Pradesh with effect from February 15, 2019 and in Nagaland with effect from September 12, 2008. The bill also seeks to insert a new section 3A retrospectively validate all actions under the said act taken by the governments of Himachal Pradesh and Nagaland and family courts of those states. Setting up family courts and their functioning fall within the domain of the state governments in consultation with the respective high courts. The Family Courts Act was enacted in 1984 to set up family courts to promote conciliation and secure speedy settlement of disputes related to marriage and family affairs. 2 family courts were established in Nagaland in 2008 and 3 in Himachal Pradesh in 2019. Though notification issued by the respective state governments, the issue of lack of jurisdiction of the family courts in Himachal Pradesh came to the fore during the proceedings of Himachal Pradesh High Court last year. Another petition in Himachal Pradesh High Court stated the central government had not issued any notification extending the Family Court Act to Himachal Pradesh and state government directives to establish such courts were without any legal authority. The family courts in Nagaland were also operating without any legal authority since 2008. During the discussion on Family Courts Amendment Bill, several members expressed concern over 11.4 lakh pending cases in family courts across the country and called for their speedy settlement. Initiating the discussion, Sunita Duggal of the BJP said more appointments should be made in family courts so that cases are resolved expeditiously. Participating in the discussion, Kaushalendra Kumar of Janata Dal United said the number of pending cases in family courts is increasing. He called for speedy settlement of the cases. Bhartuhari Matab of Biju Janata Dal also echoed similar views and said government should respond to what it is doing to settle the pending cases in the family courts. Other members who participated in the discussion include H.T. Hassan of Samajwadi Party, Navneet Rana, Independent, P.P. Chaudhary of the BJP, Anubhav Mohanty of BJD. Lok Sabha later passed the Family Courts Amendment Bill with Law Minister Kiran Rijiju saying that the legislation will help give legal cover to family courts in states of Himachal Pradesh and Nagaland. The amendments are necessary to validate the courts in 2 states and give sanctity to the thousands of family cases pending there. He said family courts have been functioning well in 26 states while there are 5 states and union territories including Goa, Mizoram where family courts have not been able to set up despite the centre's notification. 5 states and UTs including Jammu and Kashmir, Arunachal Pradesh, Meghalaya and Ladakh have not approached the centre for setting up courts. He added, as of May this year, 11.49 lakh cases are pending in over 710 family courts. The minister said the Conference of District Judges is being held on 30th July, where the proposals to strengthen the family courts, besides those related to other issues, will be discussed. Prime Minister and Chief Justice of India will likely attend the conference. Proceedings began as Congress members who were most vocal in the protest kept away from the House, while some other opposition parties like the DMK had staged a walkout earlier. Opposition members had earlier forced adjournments in Lok Sabha over the issue of price rise and alleged misuse of central agencies by the government. As soon as the House assembled at 11 a.m., Lok Sabha Speaker Om Birla paid tributes to soldiers on Kargil Vijay Divas. On behalf of the House, he paid homage to soldiers who made supreme sacrifice during 1999 Kargil War with Pakistan. Soon after, opposition members trooped to the well of the House, raising slogans and waving placards on the issue of high inflation, the goods and services tax and some essential commodities, leading to adjournment till 11:45 a.m. Congress members were seen in the well carrying placards seeking to roll back of GST rates and prices of essential commodities and petroleum products. The Speaker urged them repeatedly to let the House function and return to their seats. He said he will allow them to speak during 0 hour. However, the opposition ignored his appeal. As the House reassembled at 11:45 a.m., DMK members trooped to the well of the House, raising slogans demanding revocation of suspension of 4 Congress members. Supriya Sule of NCP was seen raising slogans from her seat. Congress members staged a walkout of the House and participated in a march to Rashtrapati Bhavan against the misuse of central agencies to target opposition leaders. BJP member Rajendra Agarwal, who was in the chair, took up the question hour and later allowed the laying of papers on the table of the House. As the protest continued, the House was adjourned till 2 p.m. 4 Congress members, Narkam Tagore, Ramya Haridas, T.N. Pratapan and S. Jyotimani were suspended yesterday for rest of the session for the protest and carrying placards inside of the House. The number of members also raised issues of public interest related to their constituencies under Rule 377. Let's now look at updates coming in from Rajya Sabha. In the upper house, 18 opposition members were suspended today for the remaining part of the week for their unruly behavior. They include TMC member Dola Sen, Shushmita Dev, Dr. Shantanu Sen, Mausam Noor, DMK members Muhammad Abdullah, S. Kalyana Sundaram, Dr. Somzu Kanimoy and TRS members Linga Yadav. The House continued to witness uproar throughout the day by the opposition parties on issues like price rise, GST hike on essential items and Gujarat Hooch tragedy. When the House assembled for the day, Chairman M. Venkaiah Naidu rejected adjournment notice moved by opposition members. Following this, Aam Aadmi Party and Congress members trooped into the well, displaying placards over the Hooch tragedy in Gujarat. This prompted the chairman to adjourn the House till 12 noon, minutes after it met for the day. When the House met after the first adjournment at 12 noon, Deputy Chairman Harivansh cited relevant rule and warned the agitating members for displaying placards and disrupting the proceedings of the House. As the pandemonium continued, he adjourned the House till 12:20 p.m. When the House met after the second adjournment, opposition members including Aam Aadmi Party, DMK, Left, TMC and others again trooped into the well and continued with sloganeering against the government. Deputy Chairman Harivansh repeatedly urged the agitating members to go back to their seats, saying the entire country is watching. He warned that the chair should not be forced to take action against the agitating members. Amid din, he ran the question hour. When the House met at 2 p.m., opposition members including TMC, Aam Aadmi Party, Left, DMK and others again trooped into the well, raising slogan against the government over issues of price rise, GST hike on essential items. Deputy Chairman Harivansh repeatedly asked for order in the House, but the protesting members did not pay heed. He warned them for disrupting the proceedings. He said the chair will have to invoke Rule 256 against them for continuously disrupting the proceeding. As ruckus continued, Minister of State for Parliamentary Affairs V. Muralidharan moved a motion to suspend protesting members for showing disregard to the chair and their unruly behavior. The House accepted the motion with a voice vote. As the suspended members refused to leave the House, it was adjourned for 15 minutes till 2:38 p.m. When the House reassembled, the suspended members were still in the well. The chair repeatedly asked them to leave the House, but they refused. This led to the adjournment of the House till 3:42 p.m. After that, the House met. The suspended members did not leave the House, forcing the adjournment of the House for the day. Earlier, the House paid tributes to the martyrs and brave soldiers on 23rd anniversary of Kargil Vijay Divas. The chairman said, on this day in 1999, brave and fearless soldiers showed indomitable courage, resulting in the momentous victory. He said the exemplary courage and selfless dedication displayed by the Indian soldiers. The House also observed silence is a mark of respect to the brave soldiers. With that, we conclude this edition of Parliament News. Namaskar.